Watch and see death under you and the cursed. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch and see death under you and the cursed. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch and see death under you earn the cast. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch and see death under you earn the cast. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch and see death under you earn the cast. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch and see death under you earn the cast. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch and see death under you earn the cast. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
And we are live. Hello everyone. Can you all hear me? Just sound off so we can Alvaro, Marcia, if you guys could sound off so everyone knows you're there.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Hi guys, how are you?
Yes. So everyone just let us know if there are any audio issues so we can solve them right now. Yep. Yes, great. People seem to be hearing us loud and clear. Okay, great. So, hello everyone. Welcome to our second fantasy bundle of 2022. It's Gathering in the Festering Swamp. I'm Thiago, your community manager. I'm gonna be showcasing the miniatures for you today with the help of my little goblin helpers here. And with me, I have Álvaro Ribeiro, our art director, who's gonna be sculpting something for us today. And I have Marcia Georgina, our resident painter, who's gonna be painting the haunting Banshee. So yeah, if you guys could say hello again.
Hi guys, so to be honest with you, I have no idea what I'm going to sculpt, but I'll try to create a little cute and creepy creature. So I hope I have fun sculpting and you have fun also with our live stream.
Yes. Marcia is like already working on the Banshee. I think the Banshee is gonna be like a lot of work. Marcia is probably not gonna finish it during the live stream, but we are definitely gonna. But I believe we are recording it, right, Marcia? So we can share it later.
Yes.
The final result. Great, absolutely great. So yeah, don't worry, Alvaro. The muses of art are probably gonna inspire you during the live stream. Yeah, and yes, absolutely, people. If you guys wanna give a couple of suggestions to Alvaro, I can't guarantee he's gonna follow any of them, but sure, that's fun to have in chat. So here we are with Gathering in the Festering Swamp, or swamp-themed bundle. Everyone, like, swamps are kind of like the ubiquitous dark scenery, right? They are the corrupted dark forest in D&D and in fantasy in general. You get a lot of water and a lot of just creepy stuff together in one place, and darkness, and you get a swamp, and you get a bunch of disgusting swamp creatures, which is part of what we have for you here today. So first off, before we get into the actual miniatures of the bundle, I would like to discuss a couple of things with you. So since December, we've been doing props. We've been doing a couple of extra things. In December, like, we did it as an experiment, and you guys seemed to really like it. And we did the dagger, the Blade of Alferiox, we called it. It's so big, I can't actually frame it in like my little corner here. So yeah, and it was really, really fun, and people seemed to really, really like it. So we were like, okay, we might as well keep doing it. So for January, we already had something to work off of, right? So we had January, of course, we did Cult of Hunger. So we had the cultists, and the cultists had this iconic mask here. And yeah, we did a full-size, like, real-scale mask. It actually, like, fits really well over my big giant head. So you guys, no one should have any problem printing this out and to wear it. And now we kind of unintentionally created the piece de resistance, let's say, like the piece that completes the set. And I'm gonna show it to you guys right here. So we created a candlestick. And this one, it has a candle, like, and you can 3D print a candle, but you can also use a real candle in this if you want to. I'm
So
gonna
make sure we are not sure if the resin will work well with a lot of heat. So be careful.
yeah.
But soon we will try a real candle on it.
Yeah, I think we'll probably we didn't have time to do it, but we're probably gonna do like reprint the candle in like translucent resin and do some LEDs. That's probably gonna be safer and a little bit cleaner, right? But yeah, I'm gonna hand it off to my goblin helpers here, and they're gonna set the camera up so we can get a look at it. So yeah, we kind of unintentionally created like this kind of rogue or cultist assassin set, right? And it even works really well from a mechanic standpoint. If you're attuned to all of the items, and let me change here to the candlestick. If you're attuned to all of the items, the Blade of Alferiox, the dagger, the second face mask, and Vernus candlestick, you're probably gonna be an unstoppable assassin. They have a bunch of cool magical effects that kind of synergize with each other. That wasn't intentional. It was just we just kind of created the attributed effects to them that made sense. So yeah, here we have it. Just a little bit of a bonus, something extra to thank you all, our subscribers, for being so awesome and sticking with us. So yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, let us know like your reactions to it, and your feedback. We are always paying attention to it in the community and in the community and like everywhere, right? On our Facebook, on our Discord. If you've answered our survey recently, we go through all of the answers and we try to figure out what you guys want and what you guys like. So yeah. Okay, so let's get into the bundle itself. Oh, and before I forget, like the Vernus candlestick was sculpted by Alvaro, who's here with us today. You guys don't let me forget from crediting any artist in this bundle, because this one was, we have a lot of artists to get through and a lot of minis, so don't let me forget any of them. So yeah, first off, for the miniatures, we have, and let's get here to our hill giant. And this one is huge. And both huge as in like the and it has a couple of different meanings, that huge. So it's both the size category, and it's kind of a big thing for us. We haven't done a giant as part of like a true giant as part of our fantasy bundles in a while. I think we did an ogre in the Toe Collectors bundle, and that was like September, I think. No, that was before even. That was like August. It's been a while. So we did an ogre, and it was pretty big and pretty awesome creature. But it's been a while since we did a true giant. And if you own our Journey to Valhalla bundle, you will know that we have 3 giants in that one. So it's not a bundle, it's the Journey to Valhalla product. Yes. So in the monster tribe, we have 3 giants there. We have like a storm giant, a fire giant, and an ice giant, right? Like the classic giants of Norse mythology. But we've been missing like the classic like top of first tier, top of first adventuring tier enemy, the hill giant. Just a big bag of fat and muscle and hit points, and that you can throw at your players, and it's gonna be a fun fight because it's probably the first time they're gonna be fighting something this big, right? The this concept art for this bundle. Ooh, I should have gotten the credits for the concept artist as well, because we have a second concept artist for this bundle. Loot is kind of we're expanding our pool of artists. So you're gonna notice that some of the concept art, not all of the concept art looks the same. And yeah, that's because it's a different artist. It's and this one is Kevin. What's his last name, Alvaro? I forget.
I don't know. Pera.
Kevin
I think.
Pera. Yes. So
Yeah.
Kevin Pera did this hill giant, and a lot of people were actually thinking that the face of the hill giant was photoshopped, but no. Kevin just he just kind of took his time and did did like extra detail on the face. And it was just a decision. But a lot of people seem to think at the time when we released the concept art that it looked kind of funny because it looked like too realistic, maybe. So yeah, so this is the hill giant, our classic enemy. And let's take a look now at this sculpture that's been going on for a while now. And it's a sculpt by Leandro Pavanelli. And this one just turned out amazing. Like the level of detail on this one, we like the skin, like the little scars and the skin folds and the fat and the weight, like the rope and the cloth interacts with the flesh of the hill giant. There's just a lot of really cool details. It's not. We knew this one was gonna be like an important piece, and that's why we got Leandro Pavanelli to work on it. You may remember Pavanelli from works as the two adult dragons that we did in December, or even before that, like the Styx Ferryman, like Alberos Ribeiros or Alvaro Ribeiro inspired wizard. So a lot of your favorite work was done by the hand of Pavanelli, and yeah, there's a reason we picked him to work on the hill giant, because we knew the result was gonna be amazing. So this one has and this is an idea we've been using for some of the giants and for some of the larger creatures, right? Instead of having like armor, because producing armor for something this big would be kind of complicated, and hill giants especially, they're not the sharpest tool in the box, let's say. So yeah, they probably wouldn't be able to craft armor for themselves, but they can do stuff like this, which is just attach a bunch of shields and weapons to themselves, which just gives them like a little bit of an extra protection, right? Yes, the beard. I gotta say, I gotta give it to this particular hill giant. I'm not gonna say he's particularly pretty, but he's got a pretty respectable beard. Like I gotta give it to him. Like, you grow a beard that big, you have my respect.
Vanelli's great sculpting hair, so this project was perfect for him.
Yes. So yeah, this is the guy you're gonna throw at your like 5th, 6th level party, and it's probably gonna crush them, and it's gonna be a really hard fight. And if they're like not ready for it, if they don't have all of their spell slots for some reason, maybe a couple of random encounters in the swamp. Yeah, they're gonna have it's just a lot of hit points, but it's also a big target. So this one is gonna be hella fun to fight.
And also, just to make sure, even being a huge miniature, with a regular printer like the Anycubic Mono or the Frozen Mini, you can print this big guy because he was separate in many pieces.
Yes, so we for all of our 32 and 75 millimeter models, we take into account like a standard like regular size consumer grade printer, right? So like an Anycubic Mono or what was it, a Sonic Mini, something like that. So that size of print bed, if you have that, you can print this like huge model, which you can also like. This one would be a fun model to have like as a statue or as a set piece, to have it as a display piece in your house, right? So next up, now that we've shown like the big thing in the bundle, one of the big things in the bundle, because this bundle has a lot. Let's move on to our first hero of the bundle. So our first hero is Minra Baldurk, our dwarf dungeon crasher fighter. So people have been asking for more. People love dwarves. People have been asking for more like armored dwarf fighters, or clerics, stuff like that. And people have been asking for more female characters. So yeah, here we go. This is all you've been asking for. A couple of people were actually kind of. We try to make sure we have something in the bundle for everyone. But you can't please everyone, and you definitely can't please everyone all the time. So Minra is a dwarf, but she doesn't have like the full facial hair, right? Some people are kind of annoyed by that, but here's what I have to say: like we can't do everything all the time. So she doesn't have facial hair, and a lot of people loved it. Some people didn't. But I think she strikes a really good balance. Like especially in the sculpt, her like huge sideburns kind of give that. It's a little bit of a different type of facial hair, right?
Yeah, it's almost a beard.
Yeah,
so we try to disbalance. It's not a full beard like yours, but she has some facial hair.
Yeah, and like the last time we did a bearded female dwarf, a couple of people complained that we didn't have like a beardless version, and we were like, oh well, what we're gonna do? Maybe next time we will do a female dwarf that doesn't have a beard, but you can't always please everyone. So yeah, here we have our dungeon crasher, and she has kind of like kind of piecemeal armor, like. Her armor is asymmetrical, and like you look at her and you know what she's here to do. Like she's here to kick down doors and kick ass. So here we go. Let's see her. Yeah, I think, and it's kind of nice that we're starting from her back, because she has like this huge hair that is almost as long as her entire body, which is a nice little touch, right? She's kind of like, she's a little bit like a lion, I would say. So yeah, let's say she's got an inverted beard, right? Yeah, and this amazing sculpt by Rafael Salesi. You guys can see like a lot of little details, like the hammer that kind of looks like it's made of stone, the huge braided hair, because the dwarves are kind of vain in that way, and they really take off their beard and their hair. All of the details on the armor, like this is your classic dwarf fighter, right? This is a ride or die kind of girl that you want to have with you when you're exploring a dungeon. Sometimes you need a rogue to get through a door. sometimes you need a dungeon crasher like Minra. Dragonflame. Yes, yeah, people are saying that maybe her beard was singed off by dragon flame or maybe by acid. I'm gonna do just a little bit of a transition right now so we can show you guys the bust, the first bust of the night, and then we're gonna get in on all of the little details that Rafael sculpted for us here. Let me just get the signal here. There we go. So yeah, and this is our first bust of the night, the 3/4 bust. So yeah, just a lot of detail, like the kind of, I'm almost saying like Nordic or Druidic knots in the hammer, like the way the leather wraps around the shaft of the weapon, like even the little the little strand of hair on her forehead, like, and that's actually from, that little strand of hair is actually from the concept art. You can see like that half moon looking thing on her forehead. Yeah. One thing that I also love about this sculpture is because she's not like, let's say, classically beautiful, right? Heroes comes in all shapes and sizes, and sometimes you don't need like a perfect looking hero to have a hero. You just need to sometimes you just need to like you need like a face with a chin that would break any hand that punches it, and that's what we have with Minra. Okay. Yeah, I think everyone agrees Minra looks fantastic. Okay, everyone, so let's move on to our next hero for the bundle. And this one is one we haven't done, like we've only actually ever done one of these before, right? It's a Furbolg hero, or a Furbolg druid, Hadarai Meliamni. So yeah, we haven't done one of these in a while. Furbolgs are definitely a favorite race for 5e, right? People really like using them, and they really lend themselves to this team, to the druid team. So yeah, people have been asking for another Furbolg druid for a while, and here it is. And let me go now to the sculpt, and this one was also done by Rafael Salesi. So Rafael has put in a lot of really nice work for us in this bundle, and despite this being like this is like clearly intended to be a druid, but it can totally work as like a wizard or a warlock or something like that. It's a dude with a staff, right? So you can make it work. Let's see here, just a second. Can we get the turntable to? Yes, let's get it to spin so we can see all of the nice little details on him. And yeah, like just the moss and the that's dangerous. What you did right there, Lucas. You're gonna show them the squirrel. People are gonna want the squirrel as a separate miniature. Don't give them ideas. So yeah, there's a lot of detail, like the cloth, leather, and like natural materials in this picture. The wood from the staff and the crystal at the top. The leaves going down the cloak on the back. A really respectable beard as well. And we say he's a Furbolg, but honestly, you could use him as an elf, and like just say, well, he got punched in the nose, is a little swollen, and he's got like his little squirrel familiar there. If you want to play him as you can use him as both a player character or as just the wise old man of the woods, right? Jesus Christ. I shouldn't have given people ideas about the squirrel. They are asking for it now. I'm sorry, Alvaro.
Oh no.
Yeah, his man bun is on point. Absolutely. People are commenting on chat. So yeah, this is our Furbolg hero for the bundle. And let me go back so we can show the more detail on the bust, or second bust for the afternoon. And while we do that, let me check chat and see what's going on here. Do we have it? We're just adjusting it here. So yeah, so here we have the bust, and again, this is one of those minis like with a lot of different textures, or at least suggested textures that you guys can work with. Painters tend to really like figures and miniatures that have lots of different materials. Ooh, look at all those wrinkles. That's really nice. Can we go back to the face there? Yeah. Yes. So people painters especially tend to like miniatures with lots of different materials. So in this one we've got like wood and skin and humanoid skin and hair, fur, leaves, cloth, leather. So there's a lot of stuff to work around here. Yeah, sometimes I don't need to say almost anything about a mini, you guys. It just kind of speaks for itself, let's say. So yeah, thank you, Rafael Salesi, for this amazing work. Okay, so next up for our last hero of the bundle, and this one, it's a two-parter, right? So let's go to our next hero, Many-Faced Joe, or Human Drake Warden Ranger. And it's a two-parter because he comes with his own pet, the Swamp Drake. So here's the story of this mini. It is both so like I think it was with what was the I don't know if it was in Tasha's or if it was in Fizzbuns, like the Drake Warden Ranger, right? The ranger that has like a little Drake companion, or that has dragon-like abilities, right? So this is it. This is the ranger. We like doing rangers. Rangers are really cool. They kind of got the short end of the stick in the beginning of 5th edition. Wizards of the Coast is catching up now and doing more support for rangers, and they are becoming more and more awesome. And we wanted to support that. So we have Many-Faced Joe, the Human Drake Warden Ranger, and we have his companion, the Swamp Drake. And let's go now to the actual sculpt. And this is one of the minis that I always say I always love it when our artists manage to do this. This is one of those minis where the movement of the mini, it's really translated into like some of the elements of it, right? Like how the cloth is floating off of the body, and kind of and you can see like Many-Faced Joe is probably like just turning around and he just released an arrow as he turned around, and the cloak is rotating with the movement, and is a tattered piece of cloth that's been through a lot. He's got the awesome bow, like the classic ranger garb. which you can also use for like an assassin rogue or something if you want to. This guy is kind of like he's kind of like a tabula rasa, right? A blank screen, and you can kind of ascribe to him whatever properties you feel like, and this is kind of awesome. Uh, yes. Can we get a close up on like the face? Yes. Yeah, just there. Yeah, let it turn around. And like all of the details of the cloth wrinkling up on the face, and just the suggestion of a face beneath it, right? So we say he's human, but you can't see his ears. He could be anything. You can't see his nose. You can't see half of his face. So this is a very, very versatile miniature that I'm sure you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with. And it was sculpted by Rafael Sui. We have a lot of people with similar names here at Loot. So yeah, all of our heroes this month were sculpted by Rafael. That's funny. Again, a lot of really fun things to do in this mini, like to different textures to paint, and I think it's better. Like, can we show the next to the yes, show one next to the other. I'm gonna transition back to the sculpt here just as we adjust the camera, and we're gonna show like the swamp drake next to the ranger. The swamp drake was actually sculpted by another artist. The swamp drake was sculpted by Michel Rodrigues. And there we have it, like the ranger and his animal companion next to each other. Who, like, yeah, you don't want to. and of course, the swamp drake, we're using it as an animal companion, but of course, you can absolutely use it as a guard drake if you want to, especially if you like enlarge it a little bit. I think we did this one. Did we do this one as the swamp drake? We did it as a medium creature. It's definitely on the larger size of medium, so you wouldn't have to resize him much. So he could be a full size drake, right? Who? Let's see here. I'm seeing a couple of comments that I'm gonna address at the end of the live stream. At the end of the live stream, we do kind of a Q&A section. So I'm definitely coming back to answer a couple of these. So yeah, I kind of love the lizards that we do. We've done kind of several reptiles already. We did a lot in it's another trap, the kobold bundle. But of course we've been doing dragons and like the guard drake, and I really liked our artist's take on those creatures. So next up we have another big one for the month. Oh, actually, I forgot. I'm forgetting. We should show the bust for the hero as well. So yeah, here we have the bust for the hero, so we can like get a little bit more detail on it. Yes, absolutely gorgeous. I feel like every time I look at one of the sculpts, like when I finally get to see them live after they're printed, I feel a little bit like Gordon Ramsay when he's cooking and he's complimenting his own cooking, right? He can be vicious when he's talking about other people's cooking, but when he's like really getting into it, yeah, that's how I feel like when I'm talking about our miniatures. So yeah, there's just nothing to complain about with these ones. So next up, we have the next big one for the bundle. This one is size large, and he's Euphemon, or Euphemon the Cursed, or Young Black Dragon. Originally, this dragon didn't have this black dragon didn't have a name. We are just gonna release him as Young Black Dragon, but then we came up with one, and this time it wasn't actually our lore master Gribble. For this one, it was Marcia. She just came up with this awesome name.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we should create a name for this dragon because, like you said, all our other dragons have name. So I just asked the master, can you create a name? And she came with this one that sounds really cool. I think it fits really well, this dragon. Euphemon.
Yes, absolutely. And here we have it. So we like doing the huge size models, especially like for the 75mm versions. It's there's a lot of things we have to consider, and we can't do them all the time. So we can't really do like we did like the awesome like two huge dragons in December, and we did the cathedral in January. So we couldn't really do like a huge dragon in February, but we can do a large one, and we can do an awesome large one, which is gonna be like plenty big of a challenge for your players. And we decided to do a black one because that's what fits in this theme, in this bundle. The black dragons love swamps. Black dragons don't really love anything, but you know they feel the most comfortable in swamps, I guess. And here it is. And this one was sculpted by Robson Barros. Let me transition into it. And I think like we really managed to capture in this one a couple of things. So first, there's like the classic black dragon look, right, with the front facing horns. But there's also the fact that this is a young one. It's not like in the prime of its power. It's not as big as it could be, but it is still fearsome as hell. Like the wings and the way the wings are folded and kind of looking like spikes, and the way the face is sculpted. It kind of I've always loved black dragons because they kind of look like what would a if you ask they kind of look like demonic dragons, right? In the D&D sense of demonic. Like it seems like they did a couple of trips to the lower planes. And yeah, like just look at the amount of detail we have there in the face. I think I don't know if Rob is in chat right now or if he's watching the live stream. So Rob did like a 2000% dragon head for our adult red dragon. So yeah, and after he did that, our artists were like, oh crap, we gotta really step it up on the faces because people are gonna blow them up to thousands of percent of the original size. And like what Rob did looked amazing, but and this one I think if anyone wants to blow it up and hang it on a wall somewhere, I think it's gonna work great as well. Just a little bit of a tip. I think if you do enlarge any of our models, if you have the option of enlarging like a 75mm one, although it's like the same model, I think the 75mm has more polygons, so you may lose less details when enlarging. So yeah, and actually have a video on it on our YouTube channel. So check it out later, our video on how to enlarge miniatures. We're gonna show you now like the size comparison of a hero to this young dragon, and it's big, guys. Like the dragon is big, and I think there's a little bit of a trick of the light here. Could we can who can the dragon rotate just so people get like a little bit of a better idea of the size of the dragon? Yeah, you can. We can do the. Pode colocar ela em cima do dragão. Yes. So like this dragon is still, he's a young dragon, but he's still like enormous compared to one of the heroes. Yeah, these things happens, folks. Okay, so yeah, this is our black dragon. I'm gonna leave it here for a while and we may come back to it. But yeah, dragons, right? You can never go wrong with dragons. Just look at that profile. Just look at how awesome this profile is. Yeah, I feel like we need to do a T-shirt with this head profile. Yeah, we need like loot branded stuff with with this kind of art in it. Okay, so next up, because we still have a lot of awesome stuff to get through today. So next up, we have the miniature Marcia is painting right now, the Haunting Banshee. So everyone probably knows what a banshee is. Uh, uh, and like they're an awesome creature to use. I'm gonna say there are definitely like the kinds of effects that they have can really screw up an adventuring party, especially a lower level one. And yeah, like if a hill giant is big and dangerous and it's gonna be hard to kill because it's a bag of hit points, a banshee is gonna be a difficult fight because it's just gonna trounce the players. Like once its abilities go off, especially if it gets like a surprise round or something, you do not want to be anywhere near it. And yeah, we have kind of this like if you read the lore for this particular character, banshees usually are born from like elven maidens that are like in absolute despair, right? They are the souls of elven maidens that have been corrupted in some way. And this particular one was in the middle of her wedding when she was killed. So she has this garb, this clothes that kind of look like a wedding dress, which is kind of sad, right? Like the happiest day of your life becomes the last day of your life. And I'm actually gonna transition here to the Marcia view, so you can get a good hard look at the 75 millimeter miniature that Marcia is painting. And this one was sculpted by Rafael Usui. So yeah, just a lot of different details here of this one. The sword going through the chest. The sword going through the chest. The flowing robes, the flowing dress, and we really like to do this kind of thing here at Loot, like give the illusion of weightlessness or of the creature, that the creature is floating. She's holding on to that lantern, and that's not an accident, people. We we know people are gonna do what's the name of the technique, Marcia? The lighting technique with the OSL?
Yes, objective source of light.
Yes. So we know that people are gonna use this one to. We knew this one was gonna be really really fun for painters, right? Uh, I actually have another view here for you of the bust because the Haunting Banshee is the fourth and last bust for the bundle. And yeah, oof, this is gonna be absolutely great. And like she's got that kind of like wicked smile going on, uh, which is kind of a I like to say it's kind of a DM smile. It's the smile your DM gives you when you're about to when you have just walked into the trap or you have triggered the random encounter or something. Just just a lot of a lot of really cool stuff. Let me go. Yeah, like the tiara or crown, like the who like this is probably not a fun way to die to get run through with a sword like from the back like that. Who just not fun. Let me go back to Marcia's view again, just so we can get like people are complimenting the your painting skills, Marcia. They really really like what you're doing with the model.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, this is the Haunting Banshee. Let me just go back to the concepts here. Yeah, people are gonna have a lot of fun with this lantern as well. So next up we have a troll, a festering troll. We've done a couple of trolls already, I think. Uh, this is the our festering troll. It would be the like the D&D equivalent of like a rod troll or something. So trolls are creatures that are kind of reviled. They tend to live they live in places like swamps or bogs, stuff like that. They will eat almost anything. They will eat humanoids, and they have like regenerative properties, right? They have a healing factor, as someone in Marvel would say. So they can be a pain to kill, especially if you don't have access to like to acid or fire damage or stuff like that, or chill touch, I guess. There's that cantrip that shuts down regeneration, which is really really annoying if you're in the DM side of the screen. So yeah, trolls are really 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 gross. But festering trolls are especially gross because they are sick. They are like perpetually sick. Their healing factor is not enough to get rid of the disease, but the disease is not enough to overcome the healing factor. So they are like in a constant state of uh, like specific patches of having specific patches of skin, getting sick and getting better, sick and getting better. So there's a lot of pustules and who some real Dr. Pimple Popper stuff. So yeah, real gross stuff. You do not want to get hit by one of these. You don't even want to be around it when it gets hit, right? It's gonna be a bad time for everyone around him because there's gonna be gross stuff flying everywhere. And here we have it. Here we have the festering troll in a sculpt by Michel Rodriguez. And you can see like who sometimes I wish our artists didn't go into this much detail on the on some of the minis because yeah, they are really disgusting. As a dungeon master, I would love to bid it this against the players. I would not like to get anywhere near one of these things as a player. So yeah, you guys can see like the all of the pustules and like the growths and the scar tissue and like just there's a couple of places where you can actually see like holes in the body where like probably a pustule has like just erupted, right? So yeah, look up Dr. Pimple Popper. You know what I mean. Just like that's the inspiration you need if you need any. Uh, but also there's the besides the gross stuff, there's just some amazing detail work that goes into like getting the musculature right, and the way the muscle fibers show up, and like the way the skin really hugs the muscle and the bones, and yeah, and like if you could go like up to his chest, yes, there, right there, like the way the his belly kind of caves in from he's kind of, I'm not gonna say gaunt because but you know, he's got a very specific type of musculature around him. So so yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. So Alvar is saying in chat, I am eating and this is not helping my appetite. I'm sorry, man. This is the wrong bundle to be watching the live stream off while you're eating. There's still some more gross stuff in this bundle. Like, we're not done yet. So yeah, this is our festering troll, and yeah, he's a large creature, and I'm sure this is gonna be the bane of a lot of players. So next up we have a gray render, and gray renders have kind of a weird story. I think they are in they have a weird background, right? They are in you can find them as in the wild, but they are one of those creatures that is definitely like engineered by engineered by some mad wizard, or probably by like the Nyogi, right? Some D&D spacefaring race. So actually, okay, let's take a little break and let's look at, okay, Alvaro, what are you working on there? Okay, let's stop for a second and give Alvaro some inspiration, maybe. Let's see what we can come up with here. Okay, this is a cute creature, but what are the next steps now, Alvaro? And I'd like to point out, actually, Alvaro, I can't hear you. Is your mic on?
Oh, sorry. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Just like a creepy, cute guy. I tried some things for his body, but it didn't work really well. So I'm focusing on his face. And later I will try something for the body. So I'm just trying to have fun and sculpt something.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I think it's actually it's looking kind of nice. It looks so, it may be just like the big ears and the big eyes, but it reminds me a little bit of like Grogu, the Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that yeah, Yoda definitely, like, yeah, Dagobah, it's a swamp planet, right? So yeah, it would fit right in. So yeah, so talking about the gray renders, they're kind of like bear-sized, genetically engineered monsters, with like no fur and really, really scary. Like, take a look at if you've ever seen a picture of a bear with no fur, they are not as cute looking and not as cuddly. And I think a gray render looks something like that, but much, much worse. They are in you can find it. We have a set block for them, but you can also find them in like Modern Canaan's, I think. Yeah, Modern Canaan's Tomb of Foes. So yeah, absolutely. Let's transition into actual model, and this is a big one. I think this one is like actually as big as the Festering Swamp, if not bigger. This is the Grey Render in a sculpt by Pedro Young. So yeah, this is a more I'm gonna say simple creature in terms of textures, right? It's not like overflowing with a lot of different textures, but sometimes that's all you need, right? It's just a beast or a monster. It's a monstrosity, I think, that's just gonna beat down on your on your players. That's what a Grey Render is. It fills that role really well. It also looks a little bit like Killer Croc, right, from DC. Just it fits very well in this into swamp team, like the kind of leathery skin, the spikes coming out of the out of spine, the teeth the like huge fangs with no lips. So it's a little bit crocodilian, it's a little bit reptilian. So yeah, just a big thing to really beat down and rip your players to shreds, armor and all. Oh yeah, they have like multiple eyes as well. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult to pass by this one unnoticed. Your players can definitely try, but it's not gonna be easy. Yes, yeah, and I think you guys can actually see, like, when we zoom in that close, I think you guys can actually see a little bit of the assembling, a little bit of the assembling leftovers, like right there, like in the torso. So again, you can always print all of our 32 and 75 millimeter models in a standard sized resin printers. We're never gonna leave you down on that one. Like, if like larger 3D printers become like ubiquitous and like cheaper, and everyone has a larger model 3D printer in the future, maybe we will change it, but not for now. So next up we have the Stilt Walker. So the Stilt Walker is a little bit of a weird creature. I think we have there's a little bit of inspiration for a Stilt Walker in a recent D&D book, which was the Beyond the Witchlight, something like that. But in that book, I think it was a goblinoid, right? Our Stilt Walker is not a goblinoid. It's something else, something creepy. Like, a lot of people really took to this one, which makes us happy. This is not like a classic D&D monster. It has a little bit of despite being inspired by something, it has more of a loot original feel to it, right? It's a little bit more us. And it was nice to see that when we released the concept art, a lot of people connected with this model. So yeah, keep letting us know what you like and like what kind of original stuff you'd like to see from us. Let's go now to the and there are so many cool details on this one. So this is the sculpt by Douglas Martins, and it's so creepy and so fun. Like, can you imagine this thing like kind of walking as fast as or probably faster than you are walking in a dark swamp at night? Like, he's got the kind of the raven mask, but it's like a three-eyed raven as well. There's all of the like bones poking out of his body. He's just carrying a lot of stuff. Like, he has vultures just sitting on the backpack there. So yeah, just a lot of cool details. I think this could even be like a traveling merchant that you that your players find. We have another candidate for a merchant, and that it's like in this bundle a little bit later on. But this is just such a fun model. Yes, and it's dark and it's weird and it's creepy, and his and it's just so good. It looks so good. Ooh. Yeah, let me check chat as we go over this model again. So far. Yeah, people are saying the Stilt Walker's in the slicer right now. Yes. This was also a bit of a reference. Dread Store, Mad Max, right? The Stilt Walkers from that movie. So yeah, just an awesome miniature. Can you get a close on the birds? Oh, I should not have asked that. People are gonna ask for the birds now, aren't they? Oh, that's such a bad idea. We need to stop doing like cute little animals connected to miniatures, Alvaro. People are just gonna pester us to no end until we do like individual miniatures for every single one of these animals. It's gonna be
For the alligator you will show later, we already thought about this, and the little turtle came in a separate piece.
Yes. Okay, so next up, okay, let's get into some fun stuff now. Or some fun guys, I should say. Pardon the pun. So, myconids, right? Mushroom people. They are awesome. They are like a great part of D&D. They have gone through a couple of design changes over to adventures, but I think the 5th edition one looks really cool. But I think our takes on it looks even cooler. So yeah, mushroom people. You can use them as NPCs, and they will work really well like that. But you can also use them as player characters if you want to. I don't think there's like there's a myconid race, like player race for 5th edition yet, if I'm not mistaken. But there's probably gonna be one soon, and you guys can homebrew some awesome stuff. So yeah, this is the first one for this little set of mushroom people that we have, and it's the Fungi Sage. He's the spellcaster of the bunch, and he was actually sculpted by Leandro Pavanelli. And let's take a look at him. So yeah, this and again, this works perfectly well as a spellcaster. And we took a lot of inspiration of like different types of mushrooms and fungi. But I think this one is just so cute as well, with like the mushroom cap and like the little mushrooms with little butterflies in them. And yeah, this is gonna be really fun for a lot of people. This is the kind of character I would be kind of afraid to put into one of my games, just because I wouldn't want my players to kill it. It's just so cute. But yeah, mushrooms can also don't let their appearance, like their hella cute appearance, fool you guys. They can also be really terrifying. They have some really weird abilities. And they can get you killed in no time, especially if there's multiple of them, which there's probably gonna be. Like they make colonies, like fungi colonies. Oh Jesus, people are asking for the butterflies as separate models now. Oh, come on, people. But I guess we should have seen this coming, right? This is gonna be a meme. Okay, so next up, let's move on to the next fungi. We have the fungi skirmisher, and this he's got a little bit of a roting going on. Like he can kind of form his proto limbs into a blade or tentacles or something useful. Like this this kind of half formed appearance. It's really something cool. I think like the way the artists and actually let me just transition right into the sculpt, and this one is by Douglas Martins. And because I was looking at the sculpt, and the concept art is great, but one of the things from the concept art that translated really well into the 3D is like, again, that idea of movement from just like the position of the individual parts and the way they curve around and they move around. Like it looks like it's alive, right? It looks like it's in the middle of moving or reforming its body or something. Thank you. And yeah, just a lot of really cool detail. This one's gonna be like all of the fungi are gonna be really fun to paint. It's some weird textures. It's not every time you get to paint like all of like these different textures of mushrooms, right? So there's some stuff that kind of looks like tree bark, some stuff that kind of looks like the underside of a mushroom or the top side of a mushroom, or like there's just a lot of fun stuff here, and you guys are probably gonna kill it with the colors. I really want to see it, what you guys do with the colors for the fungi. So yeah, and this one's the guy that can get. I think this one's the guy that can actually get like sneak attack once a turn. So yeah, these guys are no joke. So next up we have. Let me just adjust it here. We have the Fungi Sentinel, and would you know it? It's the guy that actually has the Sentinel ability. He doesn't like they look vaguely humanoid, but they are not necessarily like they don't necessarily have to be fully humanoid, right? They don't have to have like just two legs or just two arms. They are fungus people, right? So yeah, take all of that human anatomy stuff and kind of throw it out the window. They probably grow whatever form is best for them. And the Fungi Sentinel is it's probably like the protector of the colony. He's like probably the first line of defense, or he's the guy that's gonna make sure you don't run away from an ambush. The fungi or the myconists, they are usually like fairly peaceful, but don't let that don't mistake that peacefulness for being unable to defend themselves. And here it is in a sculpt by Rafael Sui. Just a second. So yeah, again, a lot of different detail, different textures. Like his back, he's got a little bit like that back. It just makes me want to like scrape that off of his back, right? Take a spatula and like scrape that off. And like you may notice in this one, you may notice in a couple of the models we're showing today, like some yellowing or stuff like that. That's not the resin yellowing, it's just dirt. Like the background we did this time for the awesome video that was in the intro of the live stream. We used like real dirt, which, you know, it looks really cool, but it has its drawbacks, and one of them is that sometimes it dirties up the models. But yeah, like the forelegs, yeah, it actually has four legs. One of the staff made me think, wait, Yeah, the staff made me think it had 5 legs for a second there. Whew. So yeah, another like really cool miniature, like the huge gaping thing in its stomach that looks like a mouth can be really creepy as well. Okay, and last for the fungis, but definitely not least, the fungi bruiser. And this one is a large one, and it's probably yeah, like the face of this one is not as cute, so it's probably like the least cute among them. But don't let him know. I told you guys that I don't want to get beat up. Like this guy can pack a punch, right? His what he lacks in charisma, he compensates for in strength. So intimidation checks are made with the. You can do intimidation checks with restraint, and I am thoroughly intimidated by this one. So yeah, this one is it's the most straightforward one. You definitely don't want to get grabbed by him or picked up by him or anything like that. It would not be fun. Let's go straight into the sculpt here. This one by Wesley Santos. Yeah, and I think overall actually managed to like figure out a body shape that works for that little guy.
Yeah, I have no idea really what I'm doing, but I'm starting to like this guy.
Yes.
I think about a creature that stares at you in the dark,
Yeah, this could definitely be like a dark fey creature of some kind. We can probably come up with a little bit of backstory for this creature and release it. You know what I'm thinking? I think we should probably release a version of this that is like maybe teddy bear sized, maybe like 300 millimeters, something like that, or 150 millimeters, something like that, just so people can have like kind of a stuffed animal.
Yeah. Because I'm imagining him being very small, like tiny, but at the same time it's very detailed. So yeah, if people could print in like a life size, maybe can be very fun to paint.
Yes. Okay, so yes, before I so this is the fungi bruiser. I got distracted there by the cuteness of what Alvaro is sculpting. And again, like this guy is like the serious business kind of. This is when the fungi need to put their business face on, right? It's not gonna be all fun and games if they have to call this guy to deal with you. So yeah, these are the fungi, and like the fungi are kind of essential, like myconids and that kind of stuff. They're kind of essential for swamp life, right? Yeah, what a name. Gel Shap is calling this the fungi bruiser the Fungtulu. It does have a little bit of a Lovecraftian feel to him, doesn't he? Yeah, I think he would fit right in there. So, next up, because we need to get through all of this bundle, and there's still a lot of cool stuff in it. So, next up, we have the Froggies. There are actually like a couple of different frog people in D&D. D&D really likes like their reptilian and their amphibian races. Oh, we're sculpting a belly button now. That's adorable. So yeah, There's a lot of amphibian races, so we have like for frog races specifically, we have like bullywugs, which I think this would be more in line in, or we have grungs as well. So yeah, people. I don't know if people are playing a lot of frogs, but Wizards of the Coast certainly likes to make a lot of frogs. And this, we didn't go too in depth with the froggies on this bundle. There's an opportunity to do that in the future, in a future bundle maybe. But you know, you do a swamp bundle, you need to have a couple of frog people, and this is our little nod to that. With both the frog spearman and the next one. So this is the frog spearman, and this was sculpted. This one was sculpted by Pedro Young. So we gave him more of like a tribal feel, right? They're not just like the ones in the monster manual, like the bullywugs in the monster manual. They're just kind of wearing potato sacks, which is kind of weird, because they definitely like kill people and collect stuff. Like they have their own culture, right? So this guys kind of have a more kind of jungle tribal feel maybe, but they are definitely like they. It's one of those things like you want to have a gathering of your cult in a swamp, you have to pay the tithe to the frog people. Yeah, yeah, even the spear with the piranha head on it. Yeah, there's just a lot of cool detail on this one, and you know, it's a frog, so it's gonna have some warts, and which makes its eyebrow, and it's gonna be carrying some stuff. Yeah, I feel like this would look like probably look great with some glossy finish on it, right? Yes, let's just drink in that one. Yeah, I love the detail on the spear of the like kind of flint or obsidian stone. Let's see if we can zoom in on the spear again. Yeah, like this was like probably you know, it's really primitive, you know. And okay, so next one is the Froggy Warrior, which is our next nod to the frog people for this bundle. As I said, we didn't do a lot of frogs for this bundle, but I think we did like enough. Enough to get you guys like a little taste of it. So this the Froggy Warrior is like the standard mainline warrior, and this one especially kind of looks like a bullywug, and it's kind of fun. Like it's gonna turn around and you guys gonna see his face. He's got kind of a silly face, and I just love it. I just absolutely love this Kermit looking face of his. Again, this one was also done by Pedro Young, so you can thank Pedro for the frog people in this bundle. Yeah, people are asking for more Froggy Man. Yeah, whenever we do like a small set of characters like this, sometimes what we're doing is like this bundle needed frog people, right? So we needed to include some frog people, but there's a lot of stuff that a swamp needs, and we want to do a swamp themed bundle, not a frog themed bundle. We may do a frog themed bundle in the past, and your feedback on what we do with these characters, it's definitely it's definitely like really, really important for us to decide what we're gonna do next. So yeah, if you guys like these guys, like the Froggy people, let us know. I know there's like a lot of awesome stuff in this bundle, but if you really, really like this, let us know, and maybe we'll do more of them in the future. Okay, next up, we have a character that has been kind of contentious in the community so far. So we have the Saukaru, and the Saukaru is kind of he's kind of based on correct me if I'm wrong, Alvaro. He's an original one, right? We started with like the idea of a swamp fairy or something like that, and then we created this character, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh, what if we do a miniature, mounting some, not obvious, not typical creature. Like usually we have horses and dragons. So I imagine like a slow creature like a turtle and a weird creature riding it. In my mind, I had something like Gollum or Eagle, like from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Uh, and yeah, it's an original creature, and I'm very happy that people really liked it. Saraiva did a great job with the concept art, and I loved the final result. It's like a feature creature, and also, like you would say, you don't want to mess with it. Like,
Yes.
it's a really creepy.
Yeah, the giant snapping turtle, right?
Yeah.
So this is the sculpt, and it's an amazing sculpt by Wesley Santos. And there's a lot of details in it, and this is kind of like the quote unquote official merchant for this bundle, right? So once in a while we do merchants for the bundles. We do like an NPC, but this deserves to be more than an NPC. So yeah, he has an ability where yeah, he's like check out his stat block. He has a charm person ability, and he's got a lot of weird stuff in that box on the back of the turtle, and it's a really really fun mini. However, it is not the only version of this miniature that we have. We also have a version without let me transition.
For
here.
this one, we added the lantern as well, so the painters can have
Oh
fun,
yes, yes,
paint the OSL effect.
yes. So, and another thing that we did is we did a version without the guy on top of it, so you can just use the turtle and the box. However, and this I'm gonna throw this to you right now, Alvaro. People have kind of been asking in the community, like as soon as we released this, for as soon as the bundle came out, actually, for a version without the box. Like, can we expect that anytime in the future?
I'm not sure because sometimes people like ask for like the stutter without the rider, and I totally get it. But it's not as easy as just deleting the box, because every file we release, we place supports in 2 scales. We have to print it to make sure the supports are correct. So each variation, each version of the characters that you create is a lot of work while we are working on the next bundle. So it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yes, yes.
But it's easy to just make to take a clipper and remove the box with sandpaper. You can make a good finish, and you have the turtle without the box. So
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we try to accommodate you guys as best we can, but like Alvaro said, sometimes it's just a decision that we have to make, that we have to keep moving forward so the next bundle doesn't get delayed. So sorry, like if we don't we can't like fulfill every single wish of you guys, but we try. And it's always like I'm always asking Alvaro for stuff, and then we have to wait it and see like okay, how much time is that gonna take and how is that going to affect our next bundle. But like Alvaro said, it's not going to be difficult to just clip off the box, or if you have the chops to do it on like I think mesh mixer or something like that, to just snap that off, right? It's not gonna be overly difficult to do it.
Yeah, sometimes we always trying to make the job easier for our subscribers, but sometimes there are very specific needs, like I need some a different version of this character. Can you do it? But sometimes we have a lot of work for only 2 or I don't know 10 people who will print these. So yeah, and as I said, creating a bundle is a lot of work with a lot of workers involved. So we are always trying to move forward.
Yes. Okay, so next up, for the last character of the bundle, we have the giant toad. Because if we have frog people, we need to have a giant toad. And yeah, this one, it's a classic, doesn't get any more classic than this. I think our version is a little bit more gross than normal. But, you know, again, just to do, if we're going to do an animal or a beast or something, we like to, whenever possible, put our own spin into it. So it's not just an animal, it has something special. And this one is kind of like, it's about as infected as the Festering Troll. So yeah, let's go to the sculpt by Lailson Camini. So yeah, just a classic giant toad to hop around and solo up like the small players, or the small player characters, I should say. And yeah, just classic stuff. And this miniature is one of the ones that should we tell the story about the origins of this miniature, Alvaro, like where it came from?
So yeah, this one, guys, was actually designed and sculpted for our sci-fi bundle. The current bundle, actually. We did this bundle more like a post-apocalyptic world, like Mad Max or
Fallout.
you know, yeah,
Yeah.
Fallout, yeah. And we imagined a few creatures like mutants. So we had this giant frog with multiple eyes. It was supposed to be one of the creatures for this first sci-fi bundle of this year. However, we are always hearing our community, and as soon as we realized that you guys want more sci-fi, more robots, more weapons, more technology, more sci-fi characters for our sci-fi subscription, and not just creatures, we decided to change a lot of things. And this creature, for example, was already done for our first bundle. So we decided to cancel a lot of miniatures that we're going to release with our first sci-fi bundle, and we created a lot of new characters, like the hog guy with the big flamethrower, more vehicles. We changed a lot of our plans for the sci-fi subscription, and we had a lot of like maybe 8 miniatures that we are not releasing anymore. At least not for now. And the frog was one of them. And as soon as we decided that the theme for this bundle would be swamp, we decided we thought, oh, why don't we use our frog? It's awesome. It will fit really well, and that's it. We just changed the base that has like some how do you say this nuclear stuff like trash, radioactive.
Yeah, radioactive like trash
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, radioactive. Yeah, trash.
Radioactive waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we created this like more fantasy base, and that's the story behind this miniature.
Yeah, and it works really well. And the reason I wanted to tell you guys this story, or have Alvaro tell you guys actually, is because it's just to point out that like this miniature and like it's an amazing sculpt and it fits really well here, but it's also representative of the fact that when we ask you guys for feedback and we and we put out the surveys or we put out the polls, we are actually hearing it, right? So we scrapped like half a bundle and we changed our whole plans just to make sure we were providing you guys with what you actually wanted. So yeah, this is kind of representative of that. And maybe it would have fit in that sci-fi bundle, but it definitely fits very, very well in this swamp bundle. So yeah, we still have a couple more miniatures that currently don't have a home, but we're probably gonna find a home for them eventually.
Yeah, they are not they don't fit really well, but they are amazing sculptures, and we don't want to waste them.
Yes. So let's go into the next section, the objects, and let me just. This is gonna take a little bit of time while we set things up. We're probably because there are a lot of objects in this bundle. But okay, let's go to the objects and start talking a little bit about them. And I'm gonna use this time while we set things up to talk a little bit about the objects in general, right? So one of the things you guys have been telling us for a while now, it's how important the objects and the terrain pieces are for you, and we've been taking that to heart. When loot first started, initially the objects were kind of an afterthought, right? They were not in the original plan, and they were included as a bonus, right? But as loot grew and we did more and more objects, you guys really like them, and there are people that subscribe to loot specifically because of the objects, and you are always telling us how much you like them and what kinds of objects you would like to have us make. And we've been experimenting. We've experimented with stuff like modular terrain and like with huge pieces, like huge terrain pieces, like we did the Hag's House or the Cathedral or the Walking Tower, like huge stuff like that. And every time we put out something new for the terrain pieces and objects, you guys really seem to like it. So yeah, we're kind of we're gonna give the objects some more focus. We're actually like we're hiring more artists to work on the objects. So yeah, there's some exciting stuff coming up in that realm in the future, because our object artist, especially for the fantasy bundle, he's been doing like all of the object work for a while now, and yeah, for us to expand and grow, I think we Alvaro, I think we realized we need more, especially this month. So Wender Ferreira is our object artist, and he usually does all of the objects and all of the terrain pieces for the fantasy bundle. But this month, he got help from a lot of people because I think there are a couple of pieces that we really needed him to focus on to like get some awesome stuff like the swamp hut right here, which we're gonna show it to you guys in a second. So yeah, a lot of our artists pitched in, but you know we're gonna have more people dedicated to the object soon, which I think I think it's good news for everyone. So that's not to say we're gonna like change focus from the characters or anything. We're gonna keep giving you guys like the same amount of characters with the same amount of like detail and love, and like the same artists to focus on them. We're just growing and expanding. So yeah, and that's gonna be really really exciting. And here we go. Can we? Okay, so I'm gonna transition into the sculpt of the swamp hut now. It's not as big as the hag's house, but it's really really awesome. So this is the swamp hut, and we had it on the background, like the eagle-eyed among you may have noticed on the background of the other shots, and it's a little bit of a play piece, right? Something that you can use, like a set piece that you can use in one of your games to get a couple of minutes in it, like to be the center point of a fight, or like be the center point of a diorama. Yeah, we're gonna show it to like the. Yes, you can see like we actually put it into like to set the scene for our bundle video. We actually put it like in the middle of the dirt, so it's kind of dirty and grimy right now, but it's it's fine. It's it's exactly how that would look like in a game, right? Like kind of being swallowed up by the swamp. Oh, just a second. I'm gonna, while people are asking for a close-up of the Banshee, and I'm gonna do that as we set up our next terrain pieces. So as we do that, so can we set up like the I don't know if all of the rest of the terrain pieces are gonna fit there, but ooh, just a second. What? Let me transition into the Banshee here. So yeah, people are. I'm gonna start looking at chat now because we started a little bit later and we're going like a little bit long. So I'm gonna use this time while we set up the kind of the rest of the terrain for the bundle. As we set up the rest of the terrain for the bundle, I'm gonna use this time to like kind of get a head start on some of the comments you guys have been dropping. So let's see here. Nick Love says, it would be cool to have a terrain bundle. I don't think we're ever gonna do like a bundle that's just terrain. With Loot, with our bundles, we're like we're doing stuff for a lot of different people, and sure, a lot of people like our terrain and subscribe to Loot for our terrain, but a lot of people subscribe to Loot for other stuff like our heroes or our monsters, stuff like that, right? So we wouldn't do like a bundle that is just terrain. It will always have other stuff in it, other type of stuff in it. Let's see. Yes. Would the hut be compatible with Preston P is asking, would the hut be compatible with magnets? I believe so. We have it set up so it would like the top part and the bottom part will fit into each other. Uh, but yeah, it would take a little bit of work to on like Mesh Mixer or some file editing software to get it like magnet compatible. But yeah, it's possible. I think the walls are thick enough. I think. So, let's see here. What else do we have? Yeah, yeah. As Donovan points out, like keeping it's like I think there's a lot of value in the full package, right? So we don't just do when we pick a team for the bundle, we don't just do like the awesome monsters that fit the team and the heroes that fit the team. We also do the terrain that fits that team. So it's kind of like the full package there. And there's a lot of value in there in that. Marsa, I would just like to point out, like the most of the comments now are just people saying how incredible the color scheme you chose is and how incredible your painting is. There's a lot of those.
Thank you, I'm happy.
So Donovan, you're asking for more in-depth painting tutorials. We do a painting tutorial every month for our fantasy bundle. And I think I'm not sure if we're ready to reveal our plans for the future on that yet. But we have like a painting guide, which is a magazine painting guide, which comes out a little bit later in the month. But as for video painting guides, we do have them. You can find them either you can find the painting guides either on our in the platform as part of the bundle, and it's gonna be there as like a full painting tutorial, or they are going to be in our YouTube channel. So those are we have a couple painting tutorials there as well. Let's see here. What else? Zaju. Will there be some puzzles or riddles as props? I think it's definitely a possibility in the future, but there's also the fact that like when we decide to do puzzles or riddles, stuff like that, we need to consider that there's usually a mechanical aspect to them, so it complicates things a little bit. We have just started doing props, and props are not something where we are ready to like commit to it, like 100% commit to in so much that it's not guaranteed that we're gonna have a prop in every bundle. That's why we usually don't like release the concept art for it in advance or anything. So we're still kind of figuring out like what do you guys like for props, what you guys don't, like what kind of proof props we could do. Oh, okay. So I think we are ready to showcase the the models now, and I'm actually gonna change to. Is this okay, or should we? Let me transition it into. Just a second, guys, while we adjust the camera here. Just a second, and we are almost done. Okay, so we have a lot of objects in this bundle. Like just besides the the swamp hut. We have a boat which has its own like little base. We have a bunch of trees and like giant mushrooms as well. We have the modular docks, like the yeah, just there's just so much here. We have like a chest, right, with the swamp chest, and just like there's a lot of really fun pieces on this bundle. And I would like to thank first I would like to thank the main artist, the main object artist, which is, oh yeah, we have the crocodile that goes into the water, like that little piece, and he has the little turtle on his head. The little turtle is a separate piece. You can print it as a separate piece and have that turtle as a familiar or something. I don't know why you would want to have a turtle as a familiar, but to each their own, I guess. So yeah, it's just a lot of awesome stuff for the objects of this bundle. And first, I'd like to thank Wender Ferreira, which was the main object artist for the bundle. But we had other artists work on the objects for this bundle as well. We had a little bit of a, as I said, we needed Wender to focus on some of the bigger objects, and we wanted to make sure like every single object in the bundle came out when the bundle came out with no delays. So yeah, a lot of other artists worked. I'm gonna name them here now. So Danilo Chagas, Davidson Brito, Samuel Salles, Victor Araújo, Will Andrade, Pedro Young, Rafael Salesi, and Michel Rodrigues. They all did some object work in this bundle. I'm not gonna go into the details, but you can get the full credits on the bundle page on our website. So thank you.
Just
Yes.
detail. Wender got really sick for a few days.
Yes.
So yeah, because of this, we decided, the whole team, the character artists, please help us, and everyone did a little bit of object, and at the end, it worked really well.
Yeah.
And just important to think that also, because some people may think that the hut isn't fitting really well, the top and the bottom part. We had a little issue with our resin, because it is, I'm not sure how to say, biocompatible. Maybe.
It's biodegradable. It's not biodegradable. It's like it's eco-friendly. It's an eco-friendly resin.
Yeah, and because of this, mainly in the past few weeks, we had a lot of rains here in Brazil, in our city, and the air moisture, maybe.
Moisture, yes.
Moisture, yeah. It got really wet, and suddenly a lot of our miniatures started to bend, to
yes, they started to warp. So can I? Okay, so we had the issue was like the resin we've been using is eco-friendly, but it's kind of susceptible to changes in humidity. It absorbs a lot of water, and it's a flexible resin, but when it absorbs water, it becomes like way too flexible, and it warps. It warps under its own the weight of the very piece. So unfortunately, we have like a couple of, and it's a bigger problem on the bigger pieces like the swamp hut, or on some of the statues we printed more recently. So unfortunately, we have like a couple of statues that are kind of bending under their own weight, and it's a resin problem.
In the hut case, to record the video you just saw before the live stream started, we had a lot of fog. It's like water, and
we had a fog machine.
I think it really affected the resin on the hut. But we are already fixing it. The company that we get the resin from is making a new formula for our resin, and we shouldn't have this issue in the future.
Yes.
And another thing before people ask, we are doing in the next few days FDM cut version of the hut, so you don't have to print multiple pieces if you have a FDM printer.
Yes, that's definitely something people were gonna ask about. So I think we're getting like to the end of the live stream. I'm gonna change just a little bit to what you're doing, Alvaro. Uh, I think this is a cute little guy. I think this could be like a fey creature, right? It could be a dark fey or light fey, but it works really well. It's a bit of a gremlin. It has a bit of a gremlin look to it, right? So yeah, I think we have like a couple more minutes, and let me update chat here real quick. So if you guys have any more questions, now's the time to ask them before the stream runs long. Yeah, yeah. So the issue we had with the resin, it was warping even after curing.
We did the test later. We left some of our models underwater for a few days, and the resin likes it almost how do you say dissolve?
Dissolved. Yeah,
Yeah,
now it's dissolved.
almost dissolves underwater. So it's yeah, the company, the resin company guy, he visited us to check the issue in person, and he admitted this issue, and he's changing the resin chemicals. So we are already testing this new resin that he created, and it looks much better. We won't have this issue anymore.
Okay, let's see. Any spoilers for the next loyalty reward? Not yet, but we should have a spoiler for it soon, right, Alvaro? Like
Yeah.
the concept art.
Yeah, Saraiva just sent me the first sketch for the character that we are creating for the loyalty reward, and I believe it's too soon to show people yet. But I already can say that it will be an awesome and badass angel warrior. So we have like this full plate armor with a lot of details, a cool angel wing, and yeah, it will look amazing. I'm sure.
Let me transition here again. I'm gonna transition between what Alvaro is doing and like the amazing painting of Marcia. Okay, so Muhammad is asking, like, he's basically giving a suggestion for the next sculpt on a live stream, like a necromancer staff. I think a staff would be like my height. It would be a kind of a chore to print it, but maybe like a rod, a wand, something like that. Maybe you can, if it fits the theme of the bundle, sure. I think it's a fine idea, Muhammad. What printer do you use for the demo print? So we have a couple of different printers here. At Loot we have Anycubic Mono. We have the Anycubic Mono. We have a Mono X. We have is it a Frozen Sonic Mini 4K? Yeah, yeah.
No, just a regular
Just a
Sonic Mini.
Oh, just a regular Sonic Mini. Okay, yeah. So we have a couple different printers here. We have a video out on this on our channel, on our 3D printing series. Most consumer grade resin printers on the market, with the right settings, you can get like some awesome results. So you don't need to like shell out for an 8K printer to get some awesome prints out of it.
Yeah, and we try to use very affordable resin and printers just to make sure our work, our miniatures, will look good for anyone. We could buy an expensive printer and like print with amazing details, but if 90% of people won't have access to printers like these, for us it doesn't make sense. We are a very transparent company, and uh, every miniature we show to you guys was printed with a printer that everyone can buy. So that's our culture here.
Okay, so Patrick Brinkman is asking, as you guys continue to grow, is there any potential for another bundle line similar to the Valhalla line? Cuff cuff random encounter tables. I think it's definitely a possibility. We were very happy with the results of Journey to Valhalla, so there's definitely a chance we're gonna do something similar in the future, either as a maybe a continuation to Journey to Valhalla, maybe like pick another team and do like several bundles with different takes on the same team, like we did with Journey to Valhalla. So yeah, another launch in the style of Journey to Valhalla is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, it's a big challenge for us because we don't need only to create the idea,
Yeah,
but we also have to scope everything, prepare all the files, test
Yeah,
all the files,
and it's-
while we have 2 subscriptions
yeah,
running.
and it's one of those things like we need to do that. When I say it's definitely a possibility, I mean into like strictest most literal sense of possibility, because it takes time to plan a bundle like that, and because like you probably need to like hire more artists, and like you need to check with the 3D support team, and we need to test print it, and like it's a lot of work on top of the subscriptions. So it's a possibility, like we did it before, so we can probably do it again, but it's sometime in the future, some undetermined amount of time in the future. Let's see here. What else do we have? Your first team lets are great. Teams together want of the same team. You can only just do part of the rest of that. Let's see here. Yeah, people are basically sounding off and giving us ideas of future releases now or for future bundles. So yeah, like we look at those, like there's a lot of ideas here I have seen before in the community, and we are paying attention to them. So don't worry, we're always like seeing your ideas. What are we following? Martin. Oh Jesus! Okay, so people are like, yeah, people are really getting into the suggestions now. Yeah, so I think we're. If you guys have like any more questions, or if you guys have any more suggestions, you can always drop them onto our Discord server. It's always like it's available. There are channels for that there, and we are always looking for it. Or you can make a post on Facebook, and we always read all of those as well. So yeah, don't. This is not the only space or time that you have to do this. Put that out there. Put your ideas out there, and we will definitely check them out. Matt Worley, yeah, I think we're approaching the time. I'm just gonna answer like one more question here, and I think we're ready to like end the live stream. So Matt Worley is asking, can we get an option to switch between sci-fi and fantasy each month? Like some of the like people have asked us about this before, and the answer I have for you right now is we are working on it. We are working on a new version of our platform that should allow for a lot of stuff that you guys have been asking for, and that is currently not possible because of technical limitations. But yeah, we are working on it. So yeah, let's end the live stream for today. And I think I'm gonna end. I'm actually gonna like end with the close up of this cute little creature that Alvaro has created during the live stream. Yeah, yes, this is amazing. We should definitely like figure out a name for it. Maybe do a community poll for a name. But yeah, this is definitely amazing. This is like this has been a great live stream, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with us to the end and sticking with us with the subscription. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you guys for stay here with us. See you.
Thanks, guys. I hope you have a lot of fun printing and painting our minis. Like Thiago said, maybe we can ask our community how to call this weird guy that I created, and maybe it can become a really cool character. We can create a stat blocks for him, maybe. Let's see. So yeah, that's it, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
So, bye, guys.
Watch and see death under you earn the cast. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch and see death under you earn the cast. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch and see death under you earn the cast. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch and see death under you for earn the cast. Know that the carcasses you leave behind will rot amongst the putrid earth.
Foolish babe, thou hast proved that life simply seeks death. Then I shall deliver it.
With the right companions by my side, I'm willing to give my life to cure the wound that festers in this swamp and return it to its natural state.
Watch